Good morning from Big Sky Country. I'm Stacy, owner of Montana Used Bricks. This video is going out a day late today because we went to Spokane over the weekend just for a weekend getaway, just to get out of town. We had a great time. We went and saw the new Black Widow movie, which is awesome. If you're a Marvel fan and you haven't seen it, go see it. But most likely, if you're a Marvel fan, you've already seen it. We also went to the Coeur d'Alene Casino and Resort so I could get my gambling fix. I like to gamble once a year, take so much money, and once it's gone, and I'm good for another year. But I haven't had a chance to gamble because we haven't been to Vegas in a couple of years because of COVID. We also visited a lot of the local breweries. My husband loves craft beer, so it was an opportunity for us to try some new beers while we were out and about. We also spent Saturday afternoon at one of the family fun centers playing miniature golf. My husband and I, it's one of the things we like to do together when we're on vacation. We love to play miniature golf, so we went and did an indoor course and an outdoor course when it was very hot. And we spent quite a bit of money in their little arcade just having fun playing the different games there. We also had a fabulous dinner at a local Mexican restaurant, and I probably had a little bit too much tequila in the margarita I had. I had one margarita and was pretty giggly by the time dinner was over. But overall, it was a wonderful weekend and definitely worth being gone for a couple of days. This morning, I was getting caught up on orders, and it got me to thinking about when should you close your store? When should you let people know that there's going to be a delay in shipping? Just different things like that. How would you use closing your store? For me, this past weekend, because my orders have been really slow lately, I just didn't say anything. I didn't do anything. I just left my store open. Normally, the couple orders that came in, they would have shipped out today anyway, so there wasn't any delay as such. If I was getting my normal amount of orders, I might have at least put something in the banner that said there might be a delay in shipping and give them an estimated date of when their items would ship. I use that if I'm going to be gone for a day or two, or I'm not going to be available to do the orders right away, because we're generally pretty quick about our turnaround and our repeat customers know that. If there is going to be a delay, I will definitely put that in the banner. So when would I shut down my store? If I was going to be on vacation for more than 3 or 4 days, I would definitely shut down my store. I don't have anybody else to run it, so I would need to shut it down. Whenever I do shut down my store, I put a notice in the closing comments that they can still order from my store by using a bypass password. And usually the password will be something that will remind them that there will be a delay when it's shipped. So usually wait for parts or willing to wait, something to that effect, so that people are reminded once again that, oh, I'm not going to get these right away. I don't get a lot of orders when I do that, but I have gotten 2 or 3 when I've shut down my store for a week that will use the bypass password. Some other reasons for shutting down my store: if I know I'm not going to be able to work on orders due to my job or an illness, or even just I need a break from working on orders or working on the store in general, then I'll shut down my store for those reasons as well. And again, I'll still put in the bypass password, so if somebody really wants to order, they still can. Since this is kind of a short video today, I did look over my list of video ideas, and just nothing really struck me as something I wanted to discuss today. But I have been getting quite a few comments on various videos, and I would like to thank everybody who's taken the time to comment. And there has been a couple of questions or just comments that I wanted to reply to. One of them was, I have a couple of different t-shirts that say Lego on them somewhere, and I think the red one was one that somebody said, ooh, I want that shirt. It says, I only care about Lego, but what you don't see is at the very bottom it says, and like 3 or 4 people. So I wear that one quite a bit on the weekends. And I have a few other ones that I've gotten, and I've gotten all these t-shirts through a company called TeePublic. And I'll leave a link below. I'm not sponsored by them or anything, but they do have quite a few. If you just type in Lego, they have all kinds of shirts for Lego or anything else you might want. Another question I've gotten, and I've gotten this not only through my videos, but I've also gotten people send me messages asking what I pay per pound for Lego. And it's kind of like I don't want to say it's a secret, but I don't want to give away what I pay, because then I'm going to be bidding against whoever says, oh, that's what she's paying. So I don't want to give away that secret, but I will tell you this. I pay anywhere from $3 a pound to $6.50 a pound. And it really depends on the parts that I'm looking at in that bulk lot. If there are just generic, everyday 2x4, 2x2, 2x6 bricks and plates, then I probably won't bid that much. Big truck going by now. First my husband, now this. Okay. And you can see my cat. That's Missy over my shoulder here. That's my wobbly cat, Missy. So if they're just generic bricks and plates, I'm going to bid a lot lower for them, because a lot of times when I get those, they're going to be scratched or marked up, or something's going to be wrong with them, and I'll usually only keep a fraction of those versus in other parts. If there's a lot of parts that I know sell well or sell quickly, I might bid a little bit more. If there's minifigures and minifigure accessories, then I'm going to bid even more. If there's new parts in there, if there's like sealed bags and I can tell the bags are sealed within all these used ones, then I'll bid even more for those. So it really depends on what I'm looking at on how I bid it. I have a scale that I use in my head that obviously I'm not going to give away my trade secrets. So, you know, you'll have to figure out what you're willing to pay. And that's the other thing too, because right now I have so much backlog of stuff to put into inventory. If I was to go out and bid, I'm going to bid really low. And if I get it, great. If I don't, it's not a big deal, because I have enough here. When I don't have enough, then yeah, I'm going to bid a little bit more, because I need that inventory to keep my stock up. It also depends on my situation. It depends on also what I have available. Do I have the money available? Has it been a really good month on sales that I have the money available to bid on these boxes? So that's another thing that I like to keep in mind. Hopefully that kind of gives you an idea without giving away my trade secrets. And I do most of my purchases on eBay. I've said that before. A lot of you have figured out where I'm getting them on eBay, and I almost wanted to block you because it's like, don't tell people. But everybody has their own place they get them. I do occasionally look for sellers that have a good feedback. I've been burned quite a few times on bad eBay boxes and had the sellers actually be rude to me, even though they misrepresented what was in the box. I had gotten a box that was mainly garbage Lego, as in everything was scratched or broken. Not to mention that there was rocks, there was batteries, there was garbage in this box, and I figured out what was Lego, what wasn't, and I got a refund for the stuff that wasn't Lego. And I've done that 2 or 3 times with sellers, because if they say that these are Lego parts, I expect Lego parts. If they say a majority of Lego parts, then I've also been kind of screwed on that too. I had an order where I think it was like 6 pounds of Lego, and it said a majority of it was Lego parts. So I'm like, oh, okay, well, that's a good price. Well, when I got it, it was 3.2 pounds of Lego, and then it was 2.8 of Mega Block. So this got a whole discussion between my husband and I on what a majority was. It's like, well, a majority of it was Lego because it was more than what wasn't. But yeah, it was definitely a little bit of a misrepresentation. I didn't call the seller out because, you know, of the way it was worded. I did have one that was really rude, very very rude. She had said that she had all Lego parts, you know, or 99% of it was Lego, but when I got it, it wasn't. There was, you know, I think it was a 12-pound box, and there was maybe 8 pounds of Lego, 2 to 3 pounds of Mega Blocks, and then the rest were broken toys. Nothing to do with building blocks at all. And when I called her out on it, she said, tough, you bought it, there's no returns, blah, blah, blah. I called eBay. eBay, by the way, has the best customer service I've found so far. And when I called them, they said, no, if she misrepresented, she has to do a return. And I just wanted a partial refund. I just wanted a refund for the stuff that wasn't Lego. And she was very rude. She said that I was lying, that I was picking out the parts that I wanted. I wasn't going to be returning all the parts. And I responded very professionally and as nicely as I could to all these very rude comments. But then she made a comment that just cracked me up. She said that resellers were going to be the death of eBay. Okay, I very, very much wanted to call her out on this and point out that she was reselling. She was reselling Lego. She's not a Lego representative. She's not in any way tied to Lego. And she was just a very rude person. But like I said, I countered with being very polite, very professional. I never stooped down to her level. She did a lot of name calling, and I never did that. And I'm glad I didn't, because it made me feel better knowing that I did everything I could to make the transaction a little bit better. I was not the one who misrepresented on eBay. So you do have to be careful when you're bidding on stuff on eBay, and you have to be prepared for those type of orders. When I'm bidding on eBay, I do tend to go back to the same sellers over and over again, the ones that I count on to have it in quality parts. Occasionally I will take that risk and I will bid on stuff that's a little bit questionable. Sometimes that's paid off, sometimes it hasn't. Most of the time people are willing to work with you if you tell them that, hey, wait, said Lego, this is Mega Block, because they don't know the difference. I had one seller that did that. She said, are you sure? And I said, yes, I'm sure. I can send you pictures. And I sent her pictures of everything that wasn't Lego. And she said, well, my son and I are going to have a long talk because he told me it was all Lego. So she wasn't aware of what she was selling, and she was going based on what her son was telling her. So one more little side note based on some comments that somebody had made is when I was talking about sorting, somebody said when they're sorting items, they stream videos, which I do. I stream, generally I'll stream shows I've seen 100 times so I don't have to watch them. I can just listen to them, which is usually like Criminal Minds, CSI, Big Bang, X-Files. X-Files is my absolute favorite show. So I can probably repeat some of the episodes word for word. But I also listen to quite a few audiobooks, but the same thing again, a lot of times the audiobooks are ones I've listened to 2 or 3 times. Probably once every 18 months I listen to the whole Harry Potter series on audiobook. If you haven't done that and you get the opportunity to listen to Harry Potter read by, I want to say Jim Dale, I would go for it because he's awesome and the books really come to life when he reads them. The other audiobook I would recommend is The Martian. That audiobook is probably one that it makes me laugh out loud every time I listen to it. So those are just some of the things that I listen to or watch while I'm sorting. I do it when I'm sorting. I don't do it when I'm pulling orders. I found that if I try to watch something or have even background stuff going on when I'm doing orders, I tend to screw up the orders. So I do the orders in silence, but when it comes to putting things in inventory and sorting, I'll stream shows that I've seen a lot of times or audiobooks. So that's about it for this video. If you liked it, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you really enjoyed it, go ahead and hit subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.